There's a tale that's told to frontier lawmen to teach them all the Western way of Sheriff Dan and all the bison that he tried to arrest one day. The bison herd harassed the townsfolk, they stampeded through the county fair. One day the bison herd all gathered in the middle of the old town square. By then the town had had enough, they said, let's fix this, y'all. Then the townsfolk hatched a plan and gave old Sheriff Dan a call. I'll handle this, said Sheriff Dan. These bison here are on our land, but I've read the law. I have a plan, I'll arrest them all for trespassing. Oh, Sheriff Dan, the bravest sheriff in the land. Tried to enforce the law for trespassing, now we ain't never seen him again. They say the buffalo all stomped him, they pounded him all into dust, as he did his best to try to tame them and place them all in 4 hoof cuffs. Dan thought they would respect his badge, turns out bison resist arrest. They trampled Dan all into dust, they put a hoof right through his badge and chest. They pounded him into a pulp, they mashed him all into a mush. They ran him down and trampled him in their massive bison rush. They painted Dan across the prairie with their bloody bison fate. The townsfolk shot a few for revenge and winter's worth of bison meat. Old Dan got over 40 bison into his custom pairs of bison cuffs. But even with 100 sheriffs, it would never have been enough. The western bison herds are endless, old Dan could not arrest them all. But he told him each they had been trespassed before old Dan did finally fall. By the letter of the law, Dan did what he was trained to do. Hope that you got a sheriff like Dan in a little town somewhere near you. Sheriff Dan's an old West hero, he gave his life to serve the rest. Sometimes you need to write new laws when someone puts them to the test. So we say laws ought not apply to bison. We know now that is for the best. Sheriff Dan has set a precedent for law here in the Wild West. And while he may not have saved the town or even slowed them bison down, 'cause old Dan stood up and answered the call, we still sing his tale for one and all. So here's to you, old Sheriff Dan, you legendary son of a gun, who gave a misdemeanor to over 100,000 bison.